swelling, headache or a rash, asthma, colitis, fatigue, or gas. What will today's symptom be? My loopy life with lupus. Good morning. It's Saturday morning. It's bright and early. Today we are going to the Lupus annual general meeting. Having some oatmeal before we go to the AGM. The AGM is from 9 until 4. So as I said, guys, we are on our way to the Lupus annual general meeting. This is where there's various doctors that talk about things, one of them being my doctor. This is, the last time I went to the AGM is when I first saw Dr. Urowitz and was impressed, and that was one of the reasons I looked into the lupus clinic. So it doesn't say what he's talking about, it just says to be announced. And but some of the other topics that other doctors will be talking about is lupus versus fibromyalgia, mortality in lupus, and then there's another doctor which says to be announced. So we'll see what they're gonna talk about. And it's from 9 until 4, and lots of good information, and then we get lunch as well, so that'll be nice. So we are off and on our way. So we finished the first part of the day, which was all the boring stuff. It was like all financial stuff and voting on new committees and stuff like that. And then we had laughter yoga, which was really weird. We did not take part in that. We just laughed at the other people that did. And so now we are having lunch. It's a buffet lunch. I got roast beef, some vegetables and potatoes, and a salad. What'd you get there?
Roast beef, chicken, peppers, cabbage rolls, and deviled eggs.
Yep, so we're gonna have lunch, and then after lunch will be Dr. Urowitz, who's my doctor. He'll be talking about something, I don't know what, because I still didn't say, but we'll find out. Hey guys, so I just wanted to finish off the vlog in regards to the Lupus annual general meeting. So it was a pretty good meeting. Unfortunately, I did not film any of the doctors giving their talks. I just wasn't sure what to film and if I was allowed to film even. So basically my doctor, he was talking about the new treatments that are in trials and whatnot. He also talked about Benlysta, just basically new treatments for lupus. And something that was interesting was, so he was talking about this drug that has been approved for use with rheumatoid arthritis, and that it had also been tested for lupus, but the trial or whatever, it wasn't run properly, and so it hasn't been approved to be used with lupus, only rheumatoid arthritis. But he was saying that they're re-investigating it, and they're going to be redoing the study properly, and they're hoping that it will get approved for lupus. And it sounded like a pretty good treatment from what he was saying. And then another thing that he was talking about with Benlysta was how the Benlysta costs like $20,000 a year. And he was saying that most private insurance companies will cover it, but the government won't give any funding for it. They won't cover it at all. And apparently he was saying that there's like been 5 drugs that have come out for rheumatoid arthritis specifically that have all been backed up by the government, and they're covered by the government. And yet they won't even cover one lupus drug, which is crazy. And so he was just saying that we should be advocating for the drug and writing like the government and whatnot to try and get it to be covered, because that's just crazy that there's 5 rheumatoid arthritis drugs covered. And I think he was saying that these drugs, the rheumatoid arthritis drugs, cost roughly the same amount of money per year. So what's the difference, basically? And, you know, this is like the first lupus drug to come out, like specifically for lupus, and the government won't help with it. So that's not really good. And yeah, so he was just talking about all these different drugs that are in trials and whatnot. And he also kind of quickly touched on like the drugs that are already being used, which pretty much, other than Benlysta, all the other drugs are borrowed from other things. They're not really specifically for lupus. For example, Plaquenil that I'm on is an anti-malarial drug. And they've just, I guess, found that it helps lessen flares, and it makes flares less severe. And I think it also is like considered a disease-modifying drug, where it's supposed to slow the progression of the disease. And so most people with lupus are on Plaquenil for life. At least I know, like, my doctor, he definitely says, like, as long as you can tolerate the drug, you should be on it for life. And then they had a doctor that was talking about lupus versus fibromyalgia, and I kind of tuned out on that one because I don't have fibromyalgia, so it didn't really apply to me, so I kind of didn't really hear too much of that. And there was another doctor talking about mortality and lupus, just about how survival with lupus has definitely improved over the years and will most likely continue to. But he was just talking about, like, what if, like, any, lupus patients die, like, what's the main things that they die from. And it seems to be that most of them die from infection, which basically, it's not really the lupus itself in that case. It's because most of the treatments for lupus wipe out your immune system, and so you're susceptible to infections. So it's basically because of the treatment. And then they had another doctor who talked about all the different blood tests, the different things they look for in blood tests that can indicate lupus flares and whatnot. So it was kind of interesting, but I found that I think they were running out of time. They were kind of behind schedule. And this last doctor, like, she was the last doctor to talk, and she just kind of, like, went through everything, like, super, super fast. And, like, I didn't know about all these different tests. Like, I knew about the ANA and the anti-DNA and all that stuff, but there was a lot of different things she was talking about that I didn't even know that they tested for and what do they mean and stuff. And I was trying to take notes but a lot of it I missed because she was just going like way too fast, but it was still pretty good information. Yeah, and then I saw some people from my lupus support group there. I haven't seen them in months because it's been months since I've been to a support group meeting, just because I've been busy with, well, before Christmas and stuff, I was busy with the portrait doll and getting ready for Christmas, and then I started working full time, so I was just too tired to go at night and stuff. But I think I'm going to go to this week's meeting because it's on Thursday night and Friday is a holiday, so I don't really have to worry about getting home late and whatnot. So I think I will definitely go this week. Hi, Riley. Here's Riley, guys. You saying hi? You just want to sit on my blanket, don't you? Hey? You just want to sit on my blanket? Yeah, let me just finish this. So then the other thing that I wanted to mention, kind of going away from the meeting now, was that I had my second massage on Friday night, and it was so much better than the last one. For one thing, this girl, the massage therapist, she actually had read the notes that I wrote on the website where they ask, like, if you have any health issues and whatnot. And she totally saw that I had lupus, and she asked me about it, and she actually seemed to know a lot about it, which was really good. She asked me if I was on steroids. She asked me, like, if I was having any symptoms at that time, or if I was pretty good and whatnot. And I was actually okay, which was good. And then I think, if I remember correctly, I think I actually went in after I had the last massage. I went in and changed it from a Swedish massage to a relaxation massage. And that was so much better. She didn't use a lot of pressure, and it was really, really nice. I was not in pain after the massage. I actually felt good. So that was really nice. I actually really enjoyed it. And so I think from now on, if I ever get any kind of massage, I'll make sure it's a relaxation massage. And so you guys might want to keep that in mind if you ever want to have a massage and you have lupus and you have like sore muscles and joints. It might not be best to go with like a Swedish massage, and definitely not a deep tissue massage. So you might want to try relaxation. It was really nice. And she actually had 2 blankets, one that was like a heavy warm blanket, so I wasn't freezing my butt off this time, so that was really good. I really enjoyed that. And then the last thing I wanted to update you guys on was how it's going with the new medications. I've been doing better. I think just in the last week I've done a lot better on it. I think I only had one day where I had a headache. The rest of the days I was fine. And I haven't had any nausea since you saw that little video I think I just posted the day that I went to Target. I had like a little bit of nausea, but the gravel like took it away like immediately, and I haven't had any since. So I think my body's finally adjusting to the methotrexate, which is good. And the other thing is the prednisone. Somehow, so far, I have not been gaining weight on it. I've actually been maintaining my weight, but I'm still trying to lose weight. But what I have noticed has already started, even though it's only 10 milligrams, is the shakiness that you get when you're on steroids. It's not really, really bad at this point, but I have noticed that my hands get the shakes sometimes. And I have noticed a little bit of muscle weakness in my hands as well, which that pretty much comes with being on prednisone. It weakens your muscles and causes the shakes. But other than that, it's been good. And I've actually been feeling pretty good this last week. I haven't had very much pain at all. Maybe the odd ache here and there. But I've actually been doing pretty good. So I think things are starting to kick in with the new medication. So anyways, I guess that's it, guys. And I'll see you in the next video.